powerful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Now the try here for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough. To hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Second and 10.
Go.
Now it's Jackson.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Nice shot. No, we changed it. Nice shot.
Jackson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
13. 180! Yo.
To throw is Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point.
He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
That's the score. Ravens 7, Jaguars 6. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Their own 35-yard line.
Dropping these balls while I brush my teeth. Flipping this verse like a boomerang.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Tomato.
Now Lawrence.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
11. Think right.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That's complete to the rookie from Colorado.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
It's a gain of 23 yards. That's good for the Jaguars. First down. 1st and 10 at the 50.
From midfield now, Lawrence. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play.
Soko, hot.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Marlon Humphrey with a tackle defensively. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Lawrence. Got a man, that's Hunter.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Lisa 24. Hey, Kip. Soko, hot. Go. Here we go,
now Lawrence to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence,
an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Jags are once again back in front.
Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Extra point splits the uprights. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me,
and all the way in for the Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers,
79 yards.
And the Ravens strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
11. Hey, tomato. 11. 11, Agate.
Here's Lawrence. That one down the field for Strange.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Go, son, that's what it's hot. Sink right. Heavy. 11.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a 1st down, but for big yardage as well.
13, Luke. Go.
Lawrence will throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension to their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Second down and 8.
Hey, Lion. Son, it's hot.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And a short gain down to about the 33. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st.
Now Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 17-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
First and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
On the red. Hey, son, son. Go, let's go. 11.
Looking to throw. Lawrence.
The RPO will keep it.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he'll work this one out to about the 38. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
2nd and 5.
Ready. Ready, shot. Go.
Jackson from the shotgun. And his throw is incomplete.
He was looking for Rashad Bateman there.
And it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Hey, Alpha, sit on. Sit on. Ready. Sit on. Sit on.
Here's Jackson.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
Gain of 15. 1st down, Baltimore.
Middle. What? Larry. You.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 16. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And Jackson throwing once more. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. LeJontay Wester, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8.
Ravens 21, Jaguars 13.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
There's no rest to my shutting down. Whenever I got your money up, believe what I got for money down. I'm betting the
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
All right, let's go. Hey, I'm gun. Sync right.
Back to throw. Lawrence. He's going deep for Brown. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. De'Ami Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
And that's a terrific score. Now, what are we going to do here? Do you go for two?
You know what the people at home want.
Everybody wants to go for two. The analytics people probably want them to go for two. I bet they kicked the extra point. We've got a whole second half left to play.
Yeah, we got to look at it here, but hey, whatever the case, big-time play before the end of the second quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
The Jaguars will line up for the two-point conversion.
Here we go.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
And now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it.
Jaguars 19. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
well, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Throwing is Jackson. He sets to fire deep. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last two snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Jackson now. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And the Ravens first down.
Take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Luke now for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score. Ravens 28, Jaguars 19. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
10 at their own 35-yard line.
But somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do. I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free-possession game.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
13, Luke. Luke. Hey, Kendrick, go. Silver.
Thomas brings it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
I think the offensive line was caught off guard a little bit, because normally on an RPO, that ball's gone quickly. But in this case, he held it, and they held up well in their protection. He found his man downfield, something that's not typical, but it sure worked out well.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Gun.
Looking to throw. Lawrence.
A throw complete to his tight end, Long.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Second down and a yard.
Hey, run. Hey, son, go, let's go.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Let's go. 11. Son. Hey, kill. Sink right. Eleven. Here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That is caught. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
13, Lou.
Now Lawrence.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brenton Strange.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive, because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Jaguars will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Kill. Sink right, open. Silver.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Trenton Simpson.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. No matter what the defense throws at them, they feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
At the 22-yard line.
Report.
Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
A gain of 15. First down, Baltimore.
Ozzy, sit up. Good.
Now it's Jackson.
He's got a man wide open, complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a pickup of 44 yards. That's another Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 19.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
180. Come on. 180.
Running from the gun with Henry. 2 yards that time. The stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score.
A great effort there with his second touchdown of the night.
And the Ravens will add to their fourth quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Jaguars 25. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On second down, ETN once more.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
A gain of 6. That's good for the Jaguars. First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
This is caught. It's Brown. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
I'm gone.
Jaguars, first down.
13, Luke.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Easy. Read him, 24. Read him, 54. Here we go, son.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
Thomas has got it. Complete.
Simple drag route here and lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Ravens are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Throwing now is Jackson. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
The Jaguars will line up for the two-point conversion.
Back to throw, Lawrence. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good.
Ravens 35, Jaguars 31. In the middle of the kickoff for the Jaguars.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
No, we changed it.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's 2nd and 10.
30-yard line.
Hey, middle. We changed it.
Here's Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Jackson to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
What a call there on 3rd down. Took conviction, didn't it? If this is incomplete, the complexion of this game changes dramatically. Instead, not only is this a first down, but it's a big play to boot.
Now Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Hey, report.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Allen, nifty footwork. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Think right open, open. Hey, tomato, tomato. Right. Think right open, open. Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That is caught by Hunter. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's 1st down.
All right, let's chip. This is hot.
Lawrence will throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
11. Hey, son. This is hot. Here we go, son.
Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
11. Hey, Ginger. Done. 11.
But to throw again is Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Red on red.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. He'll try to do it himself. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
So it's a win here for the Ravens, and it was just too much Lamar Jackson. He really played well.
Yeah, that was a masterclass in quarterback play, wasn't it? 5 touchdown passes. You talk about the rapport he had with his receivers. It was like a conductor leading a symphony.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.
I don't believe any of it. You say too would get so attached. Promised that I would've never hit the road if I knew that you weren't coming back. Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave you everything.
Stressing, quit stressing. You should already know how I'm stepping. Saying you want love for the essence. This time I'll be the one to address it. No ABCs, but I got that for your efforts. New Van Cleef for the necklace. Being that voice in the trenches, so tell me what's your preference. I'ma keep my cool if you stay composed. And when your boy gets home, I don't wanna hear no chat about. If you ain't got proof, then leave it alone. I'm on the road trying to keep us afloat. While you want space and a reason to grow. If things are best left kept on the low, then I think you should leave that after the tone.
Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave you everything.
See, I would've done anything for you. Now you won't pick up when I call you. It was late night texting till we're yawning. Nowadays I'm overthinking till the morning. Switched up and turned without a warning. But I know my heart forever bleeds. Truth is that strangers like magicians. Never knew them tricks were up your sleeve.
Hey, I'm sick of this back and forth. It's starting to get contagious. I had to put the bridges out you built. What I felt inside would have been outrageous. Stop acting, think I believe that. That's catfish, poor performance. What's your number, please, or contact. Buzz you up so I can call that a ballin'.
Come tell me like, what do you want? Yeah, tell me like, what do you need? Fresh tip when you're doing your feet. New LV when you fly overseas. Call plumbing cause I'm at a band swimming cause I'm in a deep. Don't call me, you already know. I'm on the road and you for the streets.
Young on and ain't the same. I guess we're on different things. I guess now we're distant strangers. You said there's no fun to blame, but I was not the one to change. 'Cause I was not the one to save you. You were my everything, now I regret everything. I wanted you here with me, but you didn't want that. I'm doing anything, I don't know what's you're in. I wanted you here with me, but it was too much to ask for. You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave you everything.
I give it all away. You're like my reason for life when my dreams seem so far away. You give me more than I don't fade. I don't wanna go to war. You don't wanna give me peace. I can never leave you alone, even when I'm overseas. If I gotta do a show, you coming with me. Baby girl, you a prime time. I don't care if everybody see. Couple weeks I had to leave, now coming back off road. Tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and don't let me go. Tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and don't let me go.
Nobody, and I don't care about the rest. You're mine. Nobody, and all it's taking all this time. You're mine.
Tell me you love me, but no one above me, even when it's ugly and money get low. Trust me, even when it's one thing right after the other, the nerve really. Miss me, I know it's been 15 long days since I've been away. Tell me you waiting at home with the baby and tell her that daddy's so proud of the way. She teaching her mama and daddy to be more like kids and still handle the beats on the road. Cause I got a dream that I never could sing to say. Excited to see where it goes. I love the environment. I could provide you with just off of writing about you in these songs. You taking me higher, no need for a lighter. The spark of my fire inspired this poem. Come.
Couple weeks I had to leave, now coming back off road. Tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and don't let me go.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Well, now how about this return? And
Good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, sit on! Sit on! Ready! Ready! Ready, shot! Ready, shot!
Play action. It's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said, first quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Middle.
Now it's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
180. 180 a lot.
Jackson now. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Come on! Report!
Play action. Now Jackson. Finding Walker complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
180.
Hurts sets up to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
180! Finish it!
Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
180! Finish it! Hey, Ozzy! Sit up!
To throw is Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. On his loop for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score. Ravens 14. Eagles nothing. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Hurts.
He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley.
Down at the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Silver, ready?
Throwing is Hurts. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Out left to Dotson.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Great, set. Delta.
On the draw, this is Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep your defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
This is 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score.
Good bounce-back drive right there. Through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agreed totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
That's caught. It's Flowers. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
180. Wait. 180.
Here's Jackson to throw. Going deep for Walker. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
13.
Here's Jackson. And Walker has it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 5-yard line.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
180. What is it on?
Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Silver.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Now Hurts, he's going to do it himself.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
6 brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll drop the throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Now back to throw. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On second and 10, Hurts. Got him in, it's Brown. And the Eagles are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Eagles 13.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Going deep for Walker. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick six.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they're defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll set up a throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get two more stops, and escape this drive.
Hey, 73.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted. His third of the game. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually do it.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
It's now second and 19 at the 27-yard line.
After the sack, it's second and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Sit up! Hey, report!
Jackson now. Under pressure, they got him again. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On play action, they'll throw. On target to his man, likely. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Play action. Now Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Get hot. Hey, look.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second and 9.
Get up! No, we changed it. Go.
Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
All right. 180. It's up. Hey, Ozzy. Sit up. Sit up.
Now it's Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. Airing it out deep for Smith. And got his man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 39 yards there, a big one.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Hey,
Silver. Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
At the 29-yard line.
What is it? Return it. Report.
Now Jackson.
Finding Walker complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Mick, sit up. Sit up.
They go play action now. Jackson. That went out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. This is 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
This one, an absolute must. It's 4th and 4.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Pass complete. Goddard.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead, and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as he'll go for two.
Conversion.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That's caught at the one. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The line, this Philly offense set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved the hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and we'll do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to play, as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Easy 63 back. Easy 63 back.
Hurts.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. He'll try to do it himself.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
You change it.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. This is caught. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Luke now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Ravens 41, Eagles 13. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off, let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
A gain of 13 yards. And an Eagle first down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.